Alrighty, walk me home. July 7th. Alrighty, so the lights are back on at the gas station. That is good. The lights are on. Street lights are on. That's good. It is a Tuesday, so it should be pretty dull and uneventful going home. There were some delays getting home, but I'll be good. What is that? You know what? I don't want to know what it is. Yeah, I've learned, if I'm not sure what it is, just keep going. And just riding public transit, living in bad neighborhoods, working at Walmart. You just learn. Don't ask what it is. But if it's a spill, you got to clean it up, or that's your job. So, anyways, I'm going home. I did the thing tonight, so they were hopefully going to be happy tomorrow. I'm off today. Tomorrow, well, yeah, I'm off tomorrow, so that's good. And I got a nice frozen turkey chub at Joe V's on my way into work because there's an outreach thing I like to do on Wednesdays that involves nacho cheese chips from Joe V's. And I needed to get the chips because there was no way I was going to get there before they closed tonight. And so I got it on my way in, but I hid it because I knew some of the people at work and on the bus would be like, hey, you've got chips, I want some. And I would, have to be the bad guy there. Or they would just get into it when I was, working. So I hid it. And they're fine. So, I got the outreach stuff, and while I was there, I got a bag of frozen mixed vegetables. That's always a good thing for meal prep. And the turkey chub. And on my way to work, I have a pretty good commute. I'm gonna switch arms here. And on my way in, I was looking up ground turkey recipes. And I found a recipe for like a Korean one, which is just basically like kind of like a teriyaki thing. And I thought that would be really good if I added a ton of vegetables to it. The mixed vegetables, the peas, corn, carrots, and some cubed winter squash, I think would be a really good addition to that. And I also want to do a stir fry with those vegetables. So that'll be good. Meal prep for tomorrow. Why, hello there. Somebody once told me whenever you hear a mockingbird sing, it's God telling you he loves you. So that's nice. I try to think about that. And I have a lot of junk on my buggy tonight. I was getting some looks, even from the homeless people. And, but it works on the pride, so they think I'm not who I am, so that's okay. But, Howard Hughes was, an interesting case there, But he had quite a bit of money and he basically lived, like a homeless person from my understanding, so. And the sad thing is that he died of something that one of his devices could have fixed, one of his medical devices. So, anyways, I'm going home. I got some little pudding cups and stuff for nights like tonight when I just want to get home and eat something quick and take my medicine and go to bed. Because I want to take the migraine prevention stuff. I do not want a migraine tomorrow. Yesterday was bad enough. But I didn't eat anything weird today. I went out to my favorite restaurant at basically a hole-in-the-wall taqueria. And with my friend, she wasn't terribly excited until they put the food in front of her. She's like, oh, wow. I said, yeah. And So I got my favorite thing, which is a steak quesadilla with bacon inside, which is divine. It's next level good. And the owner knows I can't eat the whole thing, so she cuts it in half for me. And I ate the half yesterday. I had enough of an appetite for that. And then I saved the other half for my dinner tonight. And I hid that way in the bottom of the buggy so nobody knew it was there. And then I had that for my dinner, so that was good. And that shouldn't be a migraine trigger, so. And I do have a little Sudafed. I never did find mine. I don't know what happened to it. But 4 people got the gospel yesterday because I didn't have my Sudafed, so. And I was delayed coming home tonight. But 2 extra people got the gospel because of the delay, so, I have to see that as a good thing. And, most of my drivers are saying goodbye. They're going other routes. They couldn't stand the routes that I take. I don't blame them. They're rough routes. And, so they're moving on. I won't see them again, but hopefully I served them well, that I gave them what they needed, so, they can advance in their faith walk. But, I'm just a small step in the road. And as far as I know, nobody's ever gotten saved because of my witness, so. And I like not knowing any kind of results. Every now and then, very, very rarely, like every couple years, somebody will say, oh, I read that little book he gave me and it was really interesting. Or I like that thing he gave me, but that's it. And that's all I get. And that's World Missionary Press getting the credit on that. So, they're the ones writing those things. But, yeah, that's why I was trying to bring extra stuff with me, because I just don't know what's going to happen in my travels, so. One time there was this guy, he's going to be a preacher, I believe. Young black guy, about 20 maybe. Very, very on fire for Jesus. He gets up on that bus, he starts preaching. He says, she's got the answer for you, and I just start passing stuff out. And he, between the two of us, we clean out my bag in about five seconds. So, and then, so I always try to have a lot of stuff in case I run into him again, because he really gets them worked up to get a packet. So, and he tells them, throw out the candy, just read what she's giving you. Because I have New Testaments in there, so that's what I'm doing lately. So, I think that's a good work, but I am tired. I did not sleep really well last night because getting over the headache. I wasn't really over the headache until about 8 or 9 in the morning. And I feel okay now, but I'm just tired. And, it was a long day, so. I got up, I did all my stuff, I did some housework, I went to the grocery store, I went to work, I came home, so I need to remember to check the mail. Now, in my opinion, it's after 11:30, and that is way too late for me to be dragging the garbage can out to the street. The collectors are not coming until well after like 11 a.m., so I have plenty of time to drag it out in the morning. So I'm going to do that because I don't want to be the butthead making noise in the middle of the night. For a while, the guy next door had his garbage can right up against my bedroom wall because I'm on a 0 lot line. You can look that up. It is a dreadful concept. And the side of my house is the property line. So he had all this junk up against the side of my house, including his trash can. And every time the baby soiled the diaper, and he has 6 children, people, 6 children, and none of them were like multiple births. It was just one at a time, 6 kids. He would take the diaper out in the middle of the night, throw the can open, throw the diaper in, and slam the can shut. 3, 4, 5 times a night. every night and just wake me up. And it was just very provoking. And I had nothing nice to say about him ever. So, with the last baby, somebody gave him a diaper genie, I think, because he stopped doing it. But, yeah, it was just, I would lay in bed and I'd be awake and I would think, I'm not going to be that person ever. I don't want people to think what I'm thinking. So, that's just my reaction to that kind of thing, that I'm not going to be that neighbor. So, I try to be very quiet at night, which is why I'm making a video and not playing my music. It would be nice to play my music, but, most people have to work tomorrow. And a lot of them get up pretty early, so I'm not going to do that to them. I am going to check the mail and see if I got anything fun. I'm not expecting anything fun. But, and the water guys are still driving around on their heavy equipment. I saw one of them this morning, and he kept going up and down my street. And I need to get a plumber because I have a drippy bathroom faucet, and this is going to be time number 4 I've had to get it fixed. The water apparently just tears it up, and they don't last very long. And the last one was, I think, a Moen, he said, but Esmeralda. Okay, that is not me. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna leave it in the right box. Okay. So I need to get a plumber for that, and if I know how much the going rate was several years ago, that we were charged, I'm going to say $20. When we first moved in, the faucet started leaking almost immediately. So Ron and I used a handyman service, and they sent out a plumber, and he fixed it for, we'll say $20. And then in 2012, we had it fixed, and it was about the same thing. And then we had to get it fixed in 2020, and that was about the same rate. But I'm thinking that has to have gone up. And I was talking to some of my friends, and I said, I don't want to be the person who is always trying to cash in on my personal tragedy, that I'm a disabled widow and I work at Walmart and you have to give me a good deal. Because one of my friends made a very good point. He said, yeah, they might want a favor back. So yeah, I don't want that. And so I'm thinking to call a service I've used before and have them come out and just give me an estimate after I get paid. And see what it is going to be. Now, I don't have copper pipes anymore, so it should be pretty reasonable. But let's see. I remember one time, a company I won't name, the stopper for the bathroom sink, something broke in the mechanism and it went down and it wouldn't go up again. And the one guy actually fixed it, and he pulled it out, and he said, we can just leave it like this for just a service call, or you can have it replaced. And he said it would be, a few $100s. And the other guy came out to do it, and he basically tore up that estimate and said, oh no, it's going to be a lot more than that. And it was right before Christmas, and it took our entire Christmas fund for the bathroom stopper. And I never use that stopper anymore. Oh, look, there's a lizard. Look, he's so cute. I don't know if you can see him on the screen. The little white thing. See, I'm gonna try to make him move. Yeah, there he goes. Yeah. Anyways, so I'm home. Now, because I was delayed, I had to text everybody. I have 4 people I contact every night. Hi, sweetheart. Hello. And I let them know, you know, that I made it home all right. So I had to let them know I was delayed. Now I need to text everybody again and let them know I'm okay. I made it home. So, anyways, that is it.